A turn of the 20th century, habitually poor choicer, Swiss Alps forgoer. A monster of a human cheaped in the clothes of his previous victim, each deciding the random ramifications that are in store for them. What them, you may ask? Well, only the next and the next and the next. Only the ones whose finale reek of gaping, flesh-torn necks. The poor forgotten few whose styles of life are lived behind closed doors underground, where the blindness of the masses is complete, are wantonly destroyed at the whim and by the hands of a man whose presence is exceedingly meek.
Informer, you don't say that it's on me, I go live. I lick your boom boom down. The victim mind is heavy, that is always down, that's somewhere down to live. I lick your boom boom down. Informer, you don't say that it's on me, I go live. I lick your boom boom down. The victim mind is heavy, that is always down, that's somewhere down to live. I lick your boom boom down. Police are under the comment, now they roll down me door. Ready to watch you through my window, so they put me in the back of car at the station. From that point on, I reach my destination.
Hi, everybody.
Jason sells seashells by the seashore.
Hey, I told you not to fucking talk about my business on this fucking podcast.
I'm just trying to promote for you, dude. It's free advertising.
Look. I have
Okay.
my clientele.
Yeah.
And that's all I fucking need. I don't need
That's all it needs.
fucking just walk bys being like, hey, how about them seashells,
fucking
man?
randos.
And I'm like, hey, man, are you a
Money,
cop?
money.
And then they're like, no, I'm not a cop. And I'm like, you got to tell me if you're a cop. And they're like, that's not actually true, but still, I'm not a cop. And also, seashells are not a thing that are drugs or anything. So may I? Because they're nice seashells, but there's some on the beach a little further down. I'm lazy. And then I'm like,
he's
what,
lazy.
What?
Yeah,
What?
what?
And then I pull out my gat, and I'm like, black.
Goggle.
Yes, Pagoggle. Yes.
Rat-a-tat-tat.
I'm like, Pagoggle.
Goggle. Yahtzee.
Okay, we are spiking, so I'm going to turn that down a bit. Now we're good. Okay, but Yahtzee.
Yahtzee.
Welcome to another
Episode.
Yahtzee.
Oh.
Yahtzee. He's really not that violent, though, kids. He just
No.
don't fuck with him about his seashells. You know,
But
you gotta
he does
ask
have
him
a
from
Glock.
distance.
Yeah, I mean, guns don't kill people. I do. With
Yeah,
guns.
He will pop a
Right.
cap in your
Yes,
ass.
that's right. But
In your ass.
welcome to another In Yo Ass episode of See No, Hear No, Speak No.
That's right. All up in the sphincter.
That's the chorus.
Conspiracies. And the minus.
And you know what? I think you guys should be happy that you made such a good intro that I can't come up with an addition to it.
I'm cool with that, man.
But I am James, and you can email us at snhnsnpod@gmail.com.
Or you can
Comment on
Podbean or on YouTube or on
Nobody uses YouTube.
or
for us.
Tinder or Grindr.
We're not
Or
on either of those.
You could do it on like OkCupid, even though I think that's a dead site and has been for a long time.
Yeah.
We're still there though. You can just, you know what? Just think about us when you're masturbating
Comment
in the shower.
on Ashley Madison.
No, they are not good with holding your information secret.
They're
Yeah.
not known for being a secure company.
No, they are not discreet like they say they are. That is how my first 3 marriages failed. All at the same time.
Wow.
Oh.
That sounds like a lot of work and broken
No.
dreams.
No,
And that's
man,
sad.
I can't even have one marriage yet because I'm not married. So take that, legal system and or God.
Right in the butt.
Yeah, take that.
The legal system, not
No, I think
not
God,
not God.
I think God's gonna do some special K and go lift a little bit while he gets prepared, thinking about you getting him in the butt. Oh man,
Once again with that hook, all up in your sphincter.
that is the best. That is the best transition to a chorus I've ever heard for a song. I see it, and I see in the video your top row of teeth, gold, bottom row platinum, but they say like staggered letters, like top bottom. It says
With the werewolf fangs.
I'll hug you.
That's right.
And that's a threat, like,
Yeah, no,
I'll hug you.
Yeah, it is not a good thing. I mean, it's a good thing, but it's
Ah.
not. it's not a consensual hug. No, Chris is
It's like,
running
no,
around.
I'll hug
I'm a
you.
certified card carrying member.
Fucking try me. I will hug you, motherfucker.
It just says
The
I'll give you
struggle
COVID.
snuggle.
So we come
What
here.
it is.
We are gathered here today to have James Conan married in marital bliss of wedlocky. It's James's topic. It's James's topic tonight, everybody. Woo!
Reading y'all a little story.
All up in your
It's about damn
sphincter.
time.
Yo, spanked.
That's right. Rub that
If I
funk.
can-
Rub that
if I-
funk, but don't rub it
Dude,
too
write that down.
vigorously.
Write that down. Copyright
Man,
that.
if we could all say that sphincter part at the same time, and I could really get it
Like
together,
layer it
like
together.
man, I don't want to try. I don't. I would honestly just take far too
Not while
long.
we're recording during the episode, anyway. You
Man,
can try after.
and then just like a little accidental slip of a fart just right after. Hey,
Yeah.
so James, it's your episode. Take the reins, man. Stop.
All
me.
right.
God.
Stop with your poop jokes. They're childish and they're unbecoming. Your fart jokes, poop jokes, whatever kind of sphincter jokes you're making, they need to stop, and they need to stop now.
He's above that, isn't he?
That's right.
But you said
Shut up.
not in front of company.
James's butthole is the only
Anyway,
one that's allowed to make
hey.
jokes during the show. Continue. Sir.
So today, I'm be talking about some moida. We'll talk about
Oh, yeah.
a late 20s, well, not late 20s, late 1800s, early 1900s.
Okay.
Ooh, Dusty Bones
killer.
Midas.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So late
I don't know why I
19th
just called
century,
it
early
that,
20th century. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just trying to. This guy's hard to introduce without giving him away.
Dude, give him away because I ain't never heard of him.
So this guy was a serial killer who would primarily prey on young boys, and that he would have consensual sex with and then murder.
Can you
Moida.
have consensual sex with a young boy?
Well, young as in like 18, 17,
Oh,
18,
okay.
19.
So young men. Young men.
Yeah.
Okay,
mean,
so
You
these-
can
It's consent. Well,
so they have. I mean, he's boning dudes that want to be boned, and they're like cool to bone.
for the most part.
Okay.
So anyway, this guy, he was born October 25th, 1879, and he died April 15th, 1925.
Man, illustrious career.
Yeah, not very long.
Yeah.
Only 40? 44?
For that time.
Well, I mean, yeah, like most people are dying, dropping dead at the bus station at 17, just from
No, not in the early 1900s.
No, in the late 1800s though, when he was
You don't
17.
know. Weren't
Even
there.
then.
You don't know. You weren't there. We weren't there. We can go though if you would like.
Yo, man, we can go there if you want, man. I got this
You have the
stuff.
technology.
You ever tried something called acid man?
Whoa!
What?
So anyway, he was born in Germany, in Hanover, Germany. He was mostly a quiet child. Growing up, he wasn't very good in sports. Wasn't very good in school either. Most of the time, he would play with his little sister's toys.
Okay. I mean, I played with my girl cousin's toys when she would babysit us and stuff, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Exclusively?
I mean, okay, look, by play with, I mean when everybody would leave the room, I would check to see where their privates were and wonder why there was no penis on the Barbie, because I was a very small child. Continue, please.
I couldn't even think of.
No, me either. That's why I'm putting a stop to it now, because it was true.
So
Whenever
anyway,
I played with my sister's toys, they were just the hot girl's house on the side, while on the side of the battlefield that the GI Joes and shit were playing on. So they like every now and then go visit and steal a car, like commandeer a vehicle or some shit.
They'd be like, "Hey, we're
We go
having
pick up some
tea."
Barbies.
and your sister's like, "Hey, bitch, come back with that." And your Chris is like, "My bitch now." And then he's making all kinds of cool noises and
Yeah, man.
parachuting out of helicopters.
That's
and stuff.
Yeah,
actually what good old Fritz was doing.
Really?
Yeah, that's actually straight from the article. Also, by the way, most of this information I'm getting is from Murderpedia. They just had really good information on
Thank
him.
you, by the way, Murderpedia, because
Murderpedia?
you have been the you've been the sole research site for many an episode of this very show, and but that's only because you
It's
gather
just good.
you
It's
gather
just
the best
too
shit
good.
and you have it there, and it's easily digestible, which can it makes it easier for us to put on a good show instead of spending weeks researching one fucking topic.
Yeah, because like I read through this and then I tried to look at other sources to see other things, and everything was just like the same
Exactly.
kind of shit.
Exactly.
So
So
it
thank
was
you.
like- yeah, thank
we
you.
tip our hats that we're not wearing.
So he's not good in sports. He's not good in school, but he does like playing with his sister's toys. Nothing really of note until he's 16, and his parents are basically like forcing him to go to a military academy. At this is German. New Breischik?
New
Breischik.
Breisch.
Breischik. Breischik.
Yeah.
Nubreisk, something like that. He was actually doing pretty good despite not being good at sports. He was doing pretty well.
Did they
with-
have girl toys there?
No.
Oh.
They had man toys.
Oh, okay.
Guns.
Did they have woman toys?
And toys.
No, but they do have toys to make you go, "Whoa, man! That's a
okay.
big old gun."
Thank you for listening to another episode.
So he actually was doing good.
nasty.
Just should we wait for the
Yeah,
mosquito
we're
truck?
gonna wait just a second for the
Mosquito truck.
mosquito truck to fly by.
What's up, y'all? Recording here in Louisiana,
Yep.
southern Louisiana.
Southern Louisiana,
The
where
outer New Orleans area.
alligators and
Well, no.
crawdads and the such are just crawling up out of my backyard to
Yeah.
just say hello, because that's what they do to here in Southern Louisiana.
Shouty.
Yes, Shorty.
Uncle Mike
Yeah,
just told me
yeah,
yesterday
shorty.
he wants to be a gator wrangler.
Uncle Mike's a retard.
Gator Wrangler.
Yeah,
He doesn't listen to the show, does he?
gonna do it.
So,
Nah,
what's he gonna
not
do?
at all, but
Drive
Yeah,
over here
exactly.
and
What are
beat
you
you
gonna
up?
do? Fucking
I'll
Drive
be
over here and
sure
fart
to-
on you?
man, Uncle Mike.
I'll
We
be
don't-
sure to
And
let
his
him know.
farts.
We miss you a little bit, kinda.
And your farts.
Nope.
That was a good episode, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Despite being a decent enough soldier trainee and adapting well to the life, he did begin suffering seizures about a year into it and was discharged for that, among apparently other medical reasons, but I couldn't find what they were. But mainly seizures. That's enough of a reason.
Well, I mean, so we don't know what the medical thing was that was giving him seizures. It's just
No, he just
had
started
seizures.
developing
Yeah, just because
seizures. It's
there's
too
a
early
lot
for
of
that.
different ways, not just epilepsy kind of thing.
Yeah, no, it's
that-
too
yeah.
early in medicine for that. Because
Gotcha.
this would have, if he was 16, this would have been in 1895.
Gotcha. So leeches are the answer. Usually for that.
Just throw leeches on him.
Cut his
Normally.
head open and throw some leeches on there. That'll work. Work for my dog.
After being discharged, he returned to his home in Hanover and started working in a cigar factory, but was arrested in 1898 for molesting children.
Man, that's never a good way to start.
So,
start.
like I said, mostly
Okay.
okay
But
sex.
mostly okay sex.
yeah.
Mostly legal sex, but not this time.
Now, technically,
Chris.
the word
no, there's no.
molest.
Nope, we're moving past this. We're nipping this in the bud.
We're gonna glaze over it, Chris. We're gonna glaze over
I'm
the child
just saying there
molestation.
could have been.
But despite his charges of pedophilia, psychologists declared that Harmon was mentally unfit to stand trial, and he was sent to a mental institution indefinitely. However, 6 months
Indefinitely.
later, he escaped and fled to Switzerland, where he worked for 2 years before he eventually did return back to Germany. So, gets sent to the mental institution. 6 months in, somehow he gets out, goes and fucks off in Switzerland for 2 years. No idea what he was doing there. As far as I know, he didn't commit any crimes to get arrested.
Like I was about to say, do you think he went to fucking Switzerland for goddamn 2 years and was just chill? Like he was
Yeah.
like, You know what? I think Switzerland's a really beautiful place.
gonna
It's so beautiful,
kick
even
back in the mountains.
that I don't even feel remotely attracted to kids anymore.
Kids? Gross.
Man, I'm gonna go yodel from some peaks.
Show me a
Does that
real
usually
man, Bob,
happen?
then maybe we'll talk.
Yeah, apparently. I mean, not the yodeling from peaks part. I mean, how do you go to Switzerland and not hit the Alps up and do a little bit of yodel-hee-hoo? But
Even if you can, just give it your best shot.
No, man, I don't got the plumbing for that.
Yodeladely.
Not me.
I'm sorry, I lost my place. One second. Yeah, so 2 years in Switzerland, he returns to Germany and again tries to enlist in the military. Because, like I said,
It's an odd step.
he didn't really do anything good. He wasn't really good at anything until he went to the military
But then-
academy, and he was doing good.
Was he, or was it a?
That's what he says.
Oh, okay, but I mean, I didn't hear any like accolades though. Like it,
Oh, he didn't get like a Medal of Honor,
but
or
it was
anything,
something
but
that he
was doing good at
just he wasn't shitty at.
yeah, he wasn't like top of his class.
He
or
didn't
anything.
fail at it.
He was a comfortable median in the class. You know, he was the average.
That's how I
Well,
like my shirts. A comfortable
but
medium.
still doing good.
It's-
He
It's
liked
not uncommon. It's
it.
not uncommon that some people just need the structure and do
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
well for them. You know, maybe not exceptionally well on a scale, but well for them versus them being in the wild and fucking shit up all the time.
Yeah, and that makes sense. That makes sense. That just somebody there to be like, no, wake up. Okay, eat. Okay, exercise. Okay,
Yep.
eat again. Okay, poop. Okay, clean. Okay, go to sleep. And so there's no time or space for, fuckery.
Yeah.
So,
You
yeah.
don't have any time to.
And to their own demises, they do exactly that.
Mhm.
Yeah. So he goes to enlist in the military. This time under an alias, so he can't do it under his real name. He's a fugitive.
Well, yeah, which is
broke out of
why
a
wouldn't you
mental
just
institution.
Try to enlist somewhere. I mean, these are questions that don't have answers. But why would you fucking go back to
Dude, I
Germany?
Yeah. Just stay in Switzerland if you like it so much, or go somewhere else.
Just buy a gun and not be in the
Before-
army.
And it's in
Before
I'm pretty sure in the
IDs
same
were a
hometown.
thing, obviously,
Wait, what?
that you could actually use a false name to fucking get into the army in your own country, the country you were born in.
Yeah, 'cause you used to be able to
why
do
would
that, 'cause
you
it was all
never
just
give your
papers
real
and shit.
name?
Well, I mean, to do stuff like that, I'm sure you had to have like a birth certificate or something. You would have had to have some kind of governmental paper that you would have to,
I would think.
forge or fraud to do it. I mean, I would hope. Otherwise, you walk up and you're like, I'm Joe Travers. And they're like, hey, Joe Travers, you want to be in the army? You're like, nah.
Yeah.
But the other side of me, which is Travers Joe, totally does. I'm Joe Travers.
Travis Joe is down.
When did World War I start?
1904?
1904.
something for sure. Before the big 1910.
That's right.
Okay. Because I don't remember. Because I don't.
Oh,
I
we
don't
weren't
have it
alive
in front
then.
of me.
No.
I don't remember when that happened. World War One totally flew over my head.
Man.
Totally missed that somehow.
High school. Man.
But I do believe when he, I think around the time when he got kicked out for the second time, because again, of course, he was discharged. He's still having seizures.
That's gonna put a damper on your fucking military
Discharge.
career.
Yeah.
Ew.
Pretty
Yes.
sure when he was discharged, it was around the start of World War One.
Okay.
But
So he dodged a fucking bullet then.
Yeah, but-
Pretty big bullet.
and no, he gained out of the situation
Well done.
because even though he got discharged again, he was awarded a full military pension.
Wow.
And got like all the perks of being full time
because-
in the military.
Yeah, because it's not like he did something against the rules and was kicked out, in a court martial. He was for fucking medical purposes
yeah,
let
but-
go. So
But I still wouldn't expect that since it wasn't that long,
that's what she said.
because he was convicted in '98. He spent 2 years or 6 months in the mental institution, 2 years in Switzerland. That would have been like 1900, 1901.
Now,
he was
wait-
kicked out in 1902.
What did he? I'm sorry. What did he go to the mental institution for again?
It was instead of going to jail because he wasn't declared fit to go to prison because of. I don't
Oh,
know.
for
That's
the
what the
for
psychologist
the kid
died.
fucking.
Yeah, for the kid fucking.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eloquently put.
No shit.
Very sensitively
Okay.
Hey, man, they're all dead.
put. So yeah,
well, I mean,
Even the ones he didn't kill are all dead.
so he gets full military
that's true
pension,
too.
but then he returns to live with his family in his hometown. Still, he escaped from a mental institution that he was court ordered to be at
And when
indefinitely
So
because of
did the military find out who he was in kicking him out,
No.
or did they just kick out another dude that had seizures?
they just kicked out another dude that had seizures.
Oh, okay, wow. All right.
Shit
That
flew under the
is
table
hilarious.
back then, man. There was not all this like digital bookkeeping that you can go and pull files from like anywhere.
I mean, there was obviously no kind of bookkeeping.
Digital.
I don't know. I don't
anything.
really remember.
I mean, they had books. I'm almost certain.
I don't remember too well though.
I can't for the life
Before your time.
So
Few years before your time. James.
Oddly enough, James remembers the day that JFK was shot like it was yesterday.
wasn't it?
It was yesterday.
I don't really remember. So after getting the military pension, he goes to live with his family again in his hometown and works in his father's business, his small business.
It's not a
that is
daycare, is it?
unlisted. No.
Oh
Okay.
jeez.
I think it's something to do with shoes, maybe.
Is it?
Maybe
Okay.
maybe something to do
He's
with
a cobbler?
shoes. Maybe. I forget. I don't have it in my
Is he a
notes.
corn on the cobbler or a peach cobbler?
He's a cream corn cobbler.
Okay.
Ooh.
But so even though he started working full time with his father, shut up, Chris.
The sincerity in that.
I like that delay.
I love you, Chris.
Good comedic value there.
Love you guys. So he starts working full time, but after having an argument with his father, he started violently attacking his dad, and got arrested again, and once again sent for another psychiatric test.
Man, we've been having a lot of dad attacks on this show the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
All you dads out there better watch out.
I am a dad.
better
I'm
watch
watching
out,
out.
Jason.
I'm watching the fuck out.
If you were
Although
sleeping
this
with
time,
a kitchen
at
knife
least
in
he
your
did
crib.
get arrested.
Yeah, he did get arrested.
Yeah, he did.
The dad didn't ever press charges on the little girl.
Yeah, but then he killed
He just
himself.
fucking
So
bought her an apartment. Yeah.
yeah, you stay far away from me with your cats.
And here you go. I'll pay for it and make it as easy as possible.
Right.
However, this time, after being arrested, the doctor did not diagnose Harmon as mentally unstable. But they still discharged him. The court still discharged him and let him go back to live with his family, which still let him live with them after violently attacking his dad.
What is that homecoming like? His dad's at the door like, hey, son.
Hey, son. Oh, please don't hit me.
Yes, that's right. Please don't hit me.
Harmon goes up to like hug his dad. He throws his arms up and he just his
yes.
dad just goes to like defend himself like he like.
Because Jesus Christ, man. Well, that's just like
I don't see that.
it's just like when Big Ed got out and they were like, okay, he cannot go live with his mother. And they were like, oh,
Right.
so we should send him to go live with his mom then? Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Send it to his
Exactly.
send him to his mom.
We can't be bothered.
So he gets
These fucking people.
the court discharges him and he goes to live with his family. And instead of working at his father's store, he tries to open up his own little business, which ends up failing and going bankrupt.
It happens
very quickly.
Well,
very quickly.
you know, when your business is a child care, and you're fuck,
And you're into the kid fucking.
and your slogan is "I'll love your kid like no one else."
Like no one else.
My love will stick with them for years.
Oh man, your kids will need therapy after the love I give them.
That's two on the nose.
I mean,
Jeez,
you're the one that
that's
said he fucks kids.
You said that. I was doing a little callback to your.
No,
Your
it's still
lack of-
inappropriate, man. Come on. Come on, James. Have some tact.
Watch your mouth,
So is-
young man.
Shut up, Chris.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Oh, dude, my fucking sides hurt right now.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm not. But
So
continuing.
his business goes bankrupt, and he just says fuck it. He's like, whatever, dude, this shit ain't working. So for the next like 10 years, he lives as a petty thief, burglar, and con man.
Okay.
He's just like fuck it. I'll just fuck people over, dude. I can't do shit around here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm useless and dumb, and my name's Fritz.
Is his
And
name really Fritz? I didn't listen.
It's Friedrich.
Oh,
Friedrich Harmon.
I don't
but
think he
his
ever actually said
nickname is Fritz.
what his name was.
No, he did. He did at the beginning.
Did I? Because I actually thought that earlier.
What?
I was
I-
like, shit, did I even say his
I
name?
Then I
kinda-
missed it all together.
I'm kind of thinking maybe now that you didn't as
So
well.
this guy's name is Friedrich Harmon. His nickname is Fritz.
Fritzy. Yes.
Oh, Fritzy.
All right. Well, Fritzy must not have been much to look at because that was also the time period where everybody was, you know, the right, the fucking
What?
the want ads and stuff like that. We've talked about several killers like the mustache Muppet, fucking, you know, Bella Kiss
What?
and shit.
Yeah,
He
man.
was fucking right
The
to the
mustachioed
rich old
meat Muppet,
ladies
yeah.
and yeah.
That's what I call my
this
penis.
This was that.
Oof. It makes sense. It makes fucking sense.
The meat Muppet.
So he was because he was a thief and a burglar and all this, and he wasn't very good at it either because he was very, very frequently arrested, and did serve prison sentences. You got like short, small ones. You know, it's all like petty crimes. Like, you know, I'm sure like 2 month, 3 months, 6 month here, there.
Right.
But over the course of all these arrests and these crimes, he actually started to build a relationship with the Hanover police and started becoming an informant for them. And
No, I
started giving them like tips and stuff.
This might be before your time, but I think what you mean is in Infarmer.
It is before my
Do it.
time. You're right.
It's
Do
all
it.
every summer that I wear. I
You're
let you
right.
boom boom down. So yeah,
Talk about that corn song where he goes
It's-
boom.
no.
da-
no, it is not. And how dare you?
No.
How dare you cut me off from singing Snow, the Canadian Jamaican singer, who is white as his
Canadian
name.
white Jamaican.
His name is a dead giveaway to how white he is.
What's his name again?
Snow.
Oh. He just really
Guy
likes cocaine.
was a special package.
I have some music for you to listen to once we're done here, James.
I don't want.
Yay.
But so anyway, he becomes an informant, mainly like some Dexter. This is some Dexter type shit because he's doing it like informing them about his crimes, but like pointing it towards other people. Like, you know, he's giving them little tips and things for these cases that they're doing, but they're cases where he's the
perpetrator?
Yeah,
So he's a dick.
yeah, and he's fucking
Nice.
Dexter, dude. He's
So he's
Dexter.
trying to throw him
No,
off and shit. That's
Dexter
hilarious.
pinned it on people worse than he.
That's true.
This guy's just
He tried
being
to
a
be-
dick, and then he's making other people pay for his dickishness.
He tried to be Dexter, but like most things in his life, he was not very good at it.
He tried to be Dexter, but like in most things in life, he was just a Fritz.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna call failures from now on in this show.
God, what a Fritz.
That dude's just a Fritz. Snickle Fritz.
Yeah, see, that man's just
Fritzing it up.
Your brother's.
Yeah, my brother's a dick.
Well,
Yeah, I don't like him at all either.
I was going to use a different word, but it would have been true.
No.
In 1914, Harmon was convicted of a series of thefts and frauds and was imprisoned just as the First World War began. There it is. Okay.
Aha.
Okay. So he was convicted for a series of thefts, and that's when it began. So he's sitting there, tried to be in the military twice, and he's just sitting in jail. What the
Oh, our kitchen light is fucked up. Yeah.
I thought he was just sitting there. Just
No. Our kitchen
The-
light flashes like it's haunted in there.
For context, in front of me is his back door, and his kitchen light just started flickering like it's a rave.
Yeah, it does that. It's really weird.
Upon his release in 1918, he was struck by the poverty of the German nation as a result of the loss the nation had suffered in the Great War.
Yeah, that's what happens when your dick's on a worldwide level and you lose. Guess what, fuckers? Poverty. Boom.
When you think your dick's that big, and then somebody posts it on Facebook and shows everybody, and they all start laughing how small it is. And God damn it, Jessica, I try to be so nice to you.
Man, you know what? I didn't even know that. You know, I paid her to do that, and she didn't even tell me she did it. And what the fuck? Jessica, come on now. Let's work a little harder together
saucy.
for all this, man. Yes. High five, though.
So because of this, because, you know, the whole nation is just fucking dirt poor because they're just being hit with, what's it called? Something Asian?
Not
reparations.
Yeah, reparations?
Yeah, reparations.
Okay.
Germany was forced to pay reparations after the First World War. And so because of this, he's just like, fuck it, I guess I'm still going to be a thief. And he just still kept stealing shit.
Well, I mean, you do what you know, and you know what you do. And he knows what he did.
Usually.
He fucked those kids.
He
He
knows
knows
what
it.
he fucking did.
Yeah.
Sally sells, she sells. She sells.
Is it Sally?
Shally sells.
Is Sally on my fucking turf? I told that bitch if I saw her again.
So from 1918 to 1924, Harmon committed at least 24 murders, although he is suspected of murdering a minimum of 27.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Just for the record, Harmon himself claims that he killed 50 to 70 people between 1918 and 1924.
I mean, I tell people that I've killed 30, but I've only killed maybe 2.
Shh. Chris, cut that from the show.
Says James Conan said that, and he's holding a knife to me right now, and he's just licking his other knife. And I'm like, why do you have so many knives? And then he's like, shut up and let me read this.
Where's Kames Jonan when you need him, huh?
Where's our bizarro hero, Kames Jonan?
That's so fucking weird. Something so wrong
Wait.
about that
What was
name.
the other one I did? Jack Messinino?
Yeah, Jack Messininos or something like that. Man, Guado from Total Recall he is.
Oh man, we haven't posted a thread in quite a while.
Yeah, there's reasons for that. Mostly because Chris has been liberally tossing around the N-word.
We're supposed to talk about
James
that on
didn't
the
even
show.
use cues today.
Hey.
That's right, he didn't.
Oh, but I was using that as a term.
That's
See, it was a compound word.
I refrained from use altogether. I just called you both retarded cunts.
Thank you for listening to another episode.
That's the time to quit.
All right, y'all, we got to restart the episode.
Oh,
Just scrap.
No way. This is too good.
Today's letter is
Ooh.
N.
Oh! Harmon's first known victim was a 17-year-old youth named Friedel Roth. I'm just going to say it American. It's Friedel Roth.
Okay, because I thought it was Friedel.
Friedel Roth.
I thought there were a couple of hyphens.
I'm going to say it with American phonetics. It's Friedel Roth. When he disappeared, his friends told police he was last seen with old Fritzy boy.
I bet you they said that too.
They're like, yo, we saw him with the Fritz, old Fritzy boy down
The
the street.
Fritz. Oh my god.
Please let this
Don't
be a
you-
normal
no.
field trip
You
with
hold
the
on.
Fritz.
You hold
no
on.
way.
Chris, if you try to pervert Fraggle Rock again for your own bullshit, you and I will have a problem.
I pervert as I see fit.
What's Fraggle Rock?
Whatever I so choose.
Snaggle Rock?
Man, you know what's funny is now that James is a real, honest-to-God Jewish man, he seems to not get any of my old references anymore.
I got older, and my soul got younger.
Oh man,
this is ridiculous. Okay, so
these Jews, what are we gonna do with them?
they're like the 17-year-old youth, which is, you don't need to say both of those things. Yes, a 17-year-old is a youth, vice versa. Not exclusively, but still exclusively. So he goes missing and they're like,
Zip missing.
it was fucking Fritzy boys, most likely doing, because we done seen him with old Fritz.
We synced it.
Snickle Fritz.
I seen it.
You seen tits?
I seen it.
You seen one tit?
I have seen one tit.
Okay.
At least.
Okay.
I have seen at least
At
one
least
tit.
one.
Most of the time, if you, oh, that was a mouth termite. Yum.
Oh yeah, that little
Nice.
little beatbox he started.
Yeah.
That was a termite in the mouth.
If I start beatboxing, the termites are swarming.
Did you just get a?
They're like, oh yo, that shit's on fire right
kamikaze
there. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I did.
protein shot?
It's most likely still alive. I didn't chew it or nothing, but it's certainly wet with my disgusting spittle.
Nice. So anyway, the friends tell
Sorry,
police,
kids,
they're
I didn't
like,
mean to
yo,
cough like that.
hey, you should be sorry. Now he's got to cut that out, so
No.
you're not coughing
No,
and
I
explaining
coughed.
But you're-
over my good old
Coughed in a different
story.
direction.
But I think your outburst at the
Shut
end
up,
of it
Chris.
is too good to cut. So I'm gonna keep it. This is staying. Yeah. So saith the Kybalion.
So Ross family,
That's right.
the guy that got murdered. That's right. That got murdered. Were like, yo, police. Like, obviously, it's this Fritz guy. Like, go,
Mhm.
like, go check his fucking apartment. Like, go, like, just begging and begging.
Let me
Finally,
guess. He's got friends though, and the cops. So
well, finally they do. And they do raid it. Nothing stops them from raiding his apartment.
mhm.
And they go in there and they find their good old informer in the company of a semi-naked teenage boy.
Mhm.
They had no choice
Oh,
but to
do
charge
they
Herman
now?
with sexual assault.
Well, I mean, he should have been like, "Hey, these are my business hours. You make an appointment and you come back."
Yeah, but so he didn't murder.
They
He
had
was just
no
he was
choice.
just
He
he
was-
was just fucking
but he
another
was
kid
being-
that was too young.
Was he being held against his will? Like, was he kidnapped, or were they boning and he was just by their law too young to bone such?
No. He was just boning.
Okay.
No killing. No
Okay.
death. No death. No blood.
No nefarious.
No.
This is ease.
I mean, maybe blood, but not
Okay.
a murder amount
Okay.
of blood.
Okay. Well, no, because then he would be dead,
Yeah.
and he's not,
Yeah. He's
as you
not,
stated.
not dead.
So, just a little bit, a little bit of blood.
There's a little bit of blood, but like fun. So anyway,
a fun amount of blood. Yeah.
Anyway, after being released, after about 9 months, well, not about, after 9 months, Harmon instantly reverted to the same lifestyle.
It's worked for him so well already.
Apparently, it's worked really well because, again, he somehow becomes an informant for the same police department.
Oh, infamous.
After the police department busts into this
How in
apartment
the
of their
hell?
informer, finds their informer fucking a kid, and then he serves 9 months in prison, gets out, immediately informant. Immediately, they're like, hey, buddy, welcome back. You got any tips for this case?
I will say that if he were an actual informer that gave them actual shit on actual criminals, instead of just doing shit and blaming other people for it, him coming out of jail and immediately going back to it, you should have on your hands a very fucking fine informer.
Yeah.
In that case, you know, because people are gonna be like, "Hey, no way, he's working with the cops, right?"
Like, no.
Yeah, he just got out of jail. He's a good guy. That Fritzy's gonna.
Served the full 9 months, see?
Yeah. See.
Yeah, my daughter was born at the time he was in.
Yeah.
See?
See, the weird part is that every time James says "see" like that, he's
See?
whipping his penis out, and it has nothing to do with the sentence at all.
I
It's
just
almost,
want you to see.
it's like he's got
See?
Tourette's, and it's just
You watch that guy,
the weirdest.
but not
The
too
weirdest
closely.
form
You
of it
might
I've seen.
Put
Yeah.
something in your eye.
It's a strange. It's.
I'm like, I don't know if I should call the cops or if he's just got some kind of mental tick, you know? And, man, is it severe, though?
It's sexual.
Okay.
As long as he doesn't touch you with it, I mean, I think
no.
you'll be okay.
Oh, no. He could be sitting on top of me and it couldn't touch me.
That hurts because you fucking knew what that bitch Jessica posted about me.
I heard things.
Did you fucking look at that bitch's pictures?
No, man. No. I paid her to take them and then never show me.
Blah, 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 blah. All of Little Fritzy Boy's victims were usually young male commuters runaways, and sometimes prostitutes who would hang around the railway station near his house.
Hanging around
The
downtown
railway
by
station.
myself,
Oh.
and I met a guy named Fritz, and he wants to have
Fuck.
sex with kids like
Put it
me.
in my butt.
Yabba doo.
I smell strudel.
Strudel.
See, I don't think James knows the song "Sex and Candy" either.
No, I don't know what you're saying, dude.
Man,
I'm trying my best.
ouch.
That is hilarious.
That song came out around the same
Poor
time
James.
Tool was real big.
Oh, well, then I wouldn't really know it.
Yeah. My Tool.
And there was a time, though,
Is it like
James,
rock
there
or something?
was.
Or like soft rock or
It's
something?
like-
Sounds like...
Today
Or
it would be
something.
considered like soft rock, but then it was
No, that
alternative
wouldn't be
rock. It was on the same shit as Nirvana and
I'm just very
Tool.
majorly a hip-hop head, so like most other genres, like I'll listen to stuff from it from now and then, I'll appreciate stuff, but I don't like
It is weird how
know.
your head is different from the rest of your body.
It's weird how your head's a hip-hop and then the rest of it's just a
It's
James.
just a human. It's so strange how they'll still do that surgery and think they have ethics, not FX, the old TV channel, which James probably also doesn't know about. Please continue.
It's FX. FX is still on.
Oh, I don't have cable anymore. I seriously often forget that cable is a thing
This is going to be a two-parter.
and that people have it. Yeah, no, I think it should
Me
be
too.
because this is good.
How? Actually? Nah, this is not going to be a
Yeah, well, I
two-parter.
mean, we're only 40 minutes in.
He would go to the railway station near his house, find these young boys, these young derelicts who nobody's gonna miss, kind of shit, and bring them back to his apartment, and then kill them by biting through their throats and ripping them out like with his teeth. Maybe not like ripping it out, but like
What?
biting through the jugular
Yeah.
or biting through the esophagus type shit.
So, like when MacGruber rips the throat out with his bare hands, but this dude is like MacGruber with his mouth and his penis in your butt.
My name's
Does he
McGruber.
have
Prepare
like
to
a
get
werewolf
groomed.
fetish or some shit? What is going on with this guy?
Well, wait. So he would kill them by biting into their throats, sometimes while sodomizing them.
Okay,
So-
not every time. Okay.
Not every time, just
So,
sometimes.
I jumped to conclusions, and I apologize, Fritz.
Well, he's not all bad. He'd only
Wow.
sodomize them sometimes.
Ouch.
Wait,
Chris needs you to wait.
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
He wants you to explain the word sodomy to him.
No. I'm trying to figure out where the sometimes actually comes into play. Is it that
He
he
would-
bites their throats out every time, but only sometimes he puts it in their butts?
Yes.
Or does he always put it in their butts and only sometimes bites their throats out? Or does he bite their throats out while sometimes putting it in their butts? I'm just trying to clarify. That's all.
All three.
All three are correct,
So
Chris.
he would
Yes.
always bite into their throats to kill them, only sometimes while sodomizing them.
But he would
He
always
would always
sodomize them.
sodomize
While
men,
sodomizing.
but only kill some of the ones he sodomized. But also,
I
he
see.
would bite into their throats while putting it in. So all three, in their own respects, are true.
Man, the
The sodomy
Wow.
and fucking of,
The-
sodomy and biting of old Fritzy boy.
the gay lifestyle is
memoir.
such a
Complex
such
one.
a complex one that I just, man, I commend you gays. It's a lot to remember.
Hey,
It
gays,
sounds exhausting, to be honest.
email us more about your culture.
Yeah.
What else do you do while biting into other men's throats?
Till death do they part the throat and the man. I say.
Till death do the jugular part.
Till the juggalos part.
The
What?
jugular.
Man,
Jugular.
I wish jugglers
You know the-
would die.
I wish jugglers would die.
Juggling
Thinking they're so
juggalos,
fucking
yes.
sly, being able to throw things in the air and catching them without taking a break. Fuck you.
I agree.
Fuck you. I can do things too, bitch, and they're better than throwing things in the air.
I see. That's the thing, guys out there who are jugglers. I agree with James. Fuck you. But at the same time, I have to stand up and say I've not seen James do anything. So,
That is true. You've only really seen me recording and
yeah, I've
And-
seen you.
and working.
I've seen you talking. That's about it. James
he's
can
never
breathe.
seen me do a thing.
He's a good breather, guys.
That Jamesy boy, that Kames Jonan, if there's one thing he can do, it's breathe.
He can certainly turn oxygen into carbon dioxide
Woo-wee.
through a system of inhaling and exhaling.
This guy.
This guy.
This guy.
He's got it figured out, this guy.
So talented.
But, Chris, to add to your question, while all of those things were true, one thing that was always consistent was all of his victims were dismembered before they were discarded in the River Lien.
Okay.
Usually.
Ew.
Because, just jumping ahead, spoiler real quick, the River Lien is where they find all of his victims' body parts that they do find. But as Fritz claims, there could apparently
be
more, so there has to be other places.
Another dumping ground of sorts.
So as far as I know, usually it would be the River Lien.
Okay.
And again,
Cool.
that's my American phonetics. I'm not going to try.
You're good.
The possessions of several victims were either sold on the black market or retained by either Harmon or his lover, Hans Grons.
Hans Groms?
Hans Grons.
Man.
HANSGRANS.
Hans Grons.
Hans Grons.
Hey, who's that coming up? It's
That
me,
is-
Hans
that's fucking
Grons.
slick,
So
actually.
he,
guys.
yeah, but so he does have an actual boyfriend, partner,
Yeah.
person
Now-
that he.
Now,
like-
were the
Hans
turn of the
Grons.
century Germans, they were cool with homosexuality?
I don't think so.
Okay, so it was all underground stuff.
Probably, but that.
Because I'm pretty sure, the Nazis were not yay, gay people.
Well, the Nazis also didn't come around until after he was already dead.
And we're all secretly gays anyway, so.
Yeah. Hey, Nazis! If
That's
you're
what I
listening,
hear.
You're gay.
I hear
and
things.
You like pee in your butt.
Black gay Jews is what you all were.
Yeah, bunch of black gay Jews, all the Nazis.
Especially the ones today still alive.
Yeah, especially y'all. Especially that one bookkeeper that got sentenced to 90 years in prison while he's currently 92.
I don't watch the news.
That was a year ago. But no,
What?
the
When did that
bookkeeper.
happen?
Yeah, it was a year or two ago. The bookkeeper, quote unquote, of Auschwitz.
Oh, yeah. Fuck that dude. I remember
Yeah, he's
that.
92, 91, and he got found out as a Nazi that never got tried, and he got sentenced
an
to
honest
90 years.
honest to God war crime Nazi.
Yeah, just
I've-
stayed hidden
yeah.
until the right fucking age of 91. He had a full life after World War II.
If I was a cop, I would just trip him on the way to the car. You're in handcuffs, bitch. You dead.
Oh shit! He tripped, and
I
he's
swear to
so
God,
soft.
yeah.
I don't know.
Such a soft old man. I
It was
tried
like a
to catch
rotten
him, but it's
cantaloupe.
like my hands were
It
just
just
going
slipped
through
through.
some kind of mist.
Kind of is, I don't know.
So yeah, he does have a boyfriend who
Smelled funny.
would sell a lot of shit on the black market,
Like eBay.
Yeah, or Amazon in the early days.
Or Amazon Prime today.
Yeah. Wish, or the list goes on.
Yes.
Uh,
Sponsor us, Wish. I
Yeah.
dare you.
hey, Wish, I'll stop talking shit about Wish if you sponsor us, and
I won't.
give me back the money that you let somebody steal from my credit card information that you leaked out to them.
Oh,
Thank you.
man. Yeah, do that for James.
I've never
Do
had
for
that
the-
happen
for the
using
skipper.
Wish.
Dude, alright, so I had my credit card stolen,
Mm-hmm.
2 transactions in 2 opposite sides of India,
Mm-hmm.
and 1 in London. The only place I used my card, other than the same gas station in front of my store and McDonald's, was Wish. So I'm gonna blame them. Fuck you, Wish. If you want me to stop
Well,
saying that, sponsor us.
I did give my 2 cousins in India and the one that lives in London your credit card info.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
I've been cursing Wish and wishing bad on Wish.
Man.
I've been wishing Wish to
egg on my
not
face, right?
bad.
Sorry about that,
Not
guys.
redundant, but it sounds like it.
Spitting bars
So,
in
Fritz.
the podcast.
Tell me more about this kid fucking Fritz.
Kid fucking Fritz. Oh my god, if only I had the balls to name this episode that.
So they're going on this little killing spree. Harmon is apparently doing all the killing.
So
but
okay,
his
so his boyfriend
boyfriend's
is an
helping him
accomplice,
out.
but not a
Yeah.
co-killer.
Yeah. He never takes part in it, but he's
He's
definitely
just getting his balls wet.
He's definitely involved with it.
Yes. With some kind of mist.
So he was eventually Harmon.
He just
Fritz,
wants to dip his balls
kid
in it.
fucker Fritz. Fritz the kid fucker.
Kid fucking Fritz. The
Kid fucker Fritz the kid fucker.
I like it.
He was
got a good
apprehended when numerous skeletal remains, which he dumped into the River Liane, washed up downstream in May and June of 1924.
Okay.
The police decided to drag the river and discovered more than 500 human bones, which were later confirmed as having come from at least 22 separate human individuals.
Man.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Suspicion quickly
What do
fell
you think
upon...
the tediousness of figuring that out would have been back in that
Hey,
day?
I got those bags of bones from the river. Where do you want these? Fuck me. God damn it.
Hey, we don't really have DNA analysis.
It's like,
How many people do you think these bones belong to?
Who
Yeah, about 22.
Who is real good at puzzles?
Who wants to do some
Nah,
jigsaws?
It was probably a lot easier than I'm thinking. They probably just matched up like 22 left femurs and called it a fucking day.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. That's
Hey, this one was a chicken, guys. That's my lunch. Put that down.
sorry. I tried to drop that in. Just a little meat on the bone.
Oh my god, that was not the chicken bone.
Oh shit.
That's right. Wow, people are delicious, guys.
Y'all gotta try this.
What, just making that noise? It does sound like fun. See, I sound more like a chipmunk. I'm dry mouth, man. I drank my drink too early.
So police, like, almost instantly, they suspect Fritzy Boy, mostly, apparently, because of him molesting children. That was their main thing. They're like, this guy fucks kids. He probably killed all these people.
I mean, that's, unfortunately, that's a trend in olden days, is they would get together all of the scoundrels and thieves and murderers that they knew. Oh, and the homosexuals. Bring those in, too.
Hey, bring those in too,
Yeah.
Marty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
why
like in Chikatilo, fucking they brought in the transients and the fucking all this and the homosexuals. Like, why, man, dude, come on, like, leave them alone.
So they instantly suspect him. They're like, it's got to be old Fritz. So they place him under police surveillance, and on June 22nd, the night of June 22nd, Fritz was seen prowling Hanover's railway station. He was quickly arrested after trying to lure a boy to his apartment and do old Fritzy Boy things to him.
Well, he shouldn't have been dressed as a jaguar prowling
Yeah.
the station.
That is what gave him most of the suspicion. That's what drew most suspicion towards him, was that fucking Puma costume, or
Yeah.
whatever you said, jaguar.
It's the same animal.
Yeah,
I hear.
I think.
I have a puma friend. I can say that.
Depends on the country.
So
But,
they see him trying to lure,
I think-
another little derelict over to his apartment. So they arrest him. They go and raid his apartment, and they find that the walls are just like fucking covered in blood. Like, they are just like stained down, like, through the sheetrock with blood.
Wow, I
and
want to see
found,
that. Like, Jesus Christ, man,
That
that's
is
awesome.
intense.
Yeah, dude.
That's not awesome, but it's crazy. Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to pretend like I tried. I didn't try. I'm going to after this episode, but I'm wondering if there's any crime scene photos that I can maybe find.
I would think not, only because.
Oh, wait, that's true. That's
well,
fucking 19.
like, I've been researching my next topic a whole lot, and it happened 9 years after this, and all of the crime scene stuff is all illustrations and things. Like, there's very little photography at the time. There is photography, but it's not. Let's set it up to take pictures of this crime scene that we need to recreate. Let's get this other dude to draw it, mostly from memory.
Dude, I'm so thankful for the technology we have, because that's like almost any major like crime these days that happen like that. You can find stuff like that. Like, you can find a lot of pictures of them, or like videos of them, or crime scene photos, or even videos of the actual murders.
I like that, though, because that still leaves a really cool air of uncertainty and mystery to these cases that we talk about like this, and that makes them all the cooler
them
to
kind
me.
of like legends.
Yeah, exactly. It makes them mythical. Like,
You
how
have
could
to
this
use
possibly
your
have happened?
imagination, boys and girls.
Exactly.
Imagination.
That's why God gave it to us, to think about what murderers from the late 1800s did to their victims.
And what their blood-stained houses look like.
Live in stereo and in
And
3D
how?
and in smell-o-vision. Scratch your tickets, people. That smells like poop.
I'm not going to scratch that. That's gross. I don't smell that. I smell that every morning.
I shouldn't have told you what it smelled like before you scratched it.
No,
So-
it's that usual weird friend psychology. Like, oh, this smells like shit. Here, smell this. Are you sure? Yeah, it's fine.
I tend to not fall for that. I'm like,
No, I'd be like, dude, no, I'm not going to smell something that smells like shit.
people are like, this drink tastes off. Taste it. Let me no, it
I-
doesn't taste right to you. Why do I want it in my mouth too?
Or when somebody hands me a vape and they're like, hey, see if my coil's burnt. It's like, no, I don't want to taste burnt cotton burning the inside of my throat.
And
I don't
also,
want it. I'm not interested.
That's how you get the COVID, really.
That is how you get the
That-
COVID.
Yes.
That's how you get the Rona.
My brother used to like, I don't want to say oil check himself, but more like swiping the
fuck?
credit card with his two fingers. Just like
Why?
swipe the crack with his two fingers, and then when we were real young. So then he'd get me to smell his fingers and tell me it smelled like cherries. And it always
I
smelled like
think that your
food.
brother.
Dog, can I go punch your brother in the
think
face?
your brother abused you as a child.
I
That's
think you were
terrible.
sexually assaulted, dog.
That's not. I'm not going to go that far because that's implication business. But I think Chris may have been.
No,
picked
he
on
didn't
by
oil
bu-
check me. He
bullied.
swiped his own
No,
crack.
I know. That's what I'm saying. He's still
He
shoving
swiped his
his
own crack.
butt-stained
Yeah.
fingers in your face and making you say that it smells like cherries.
Yeah, it was the 80s. It was a different time.
Okay.
It was the 80s. There was cocaine everywhere. Everywhere, I tell you.
Everywhere, I tell you. Man.
Even in butt cracks.
Memories.
And
Abort
his
him.
sphincter. I forgot. I already forgot the melody of
Fortune
the.
wish.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway. So, Fritzy boy, he's arrested now. He's under police custody,
Mhm.
and during interrogation, he almost immediately confesses to raping, killing, and butchering young men since 1918. When asked how many he had
What
killed,
the effing
Harmon,
shit, Fritz?
when asked how many he had killed, Harmon claimed somewhere between 50 and 70. But like I said, they could only really prove 27.
Man. Ow.
I mean, what kind of questions could they possibly have been asking this guy?
Hey, did you kill some people?
I mean, he already has.
I killed him. I raped him. I
You
chopped
know,
him.
he
Threw him
already
in
has
the-
a history of being an
Yeah.
informant.
It's
I
like,
think he was just
so-
excited.
So, could it be that you're trying to blame this on someone else?
That's just the crazy dude. Twice, this guy who's being numerously convicted of these different crimes. Twice, the police department's like, yeah, come tell us who the criminal is, and not like we can trust you, buddy.
Hey, we know you killed a bunch of people and stuff,
and raped a bunch of
but
kids.
we need to know who's selling those bootleg DVDs on the corner.
It was that bitch George down the street that told me shit about my yard not being green enough.
He was like, "Fuck you, kid, fucking Fritz fucker."
Fucking kid fucker, Fritz.
And I'm like, "Hey, man, I just asked you to like not have your dog poo in my yard."
Oh shit,
Man,
Gotcha.
they're coming for Fritz.
They're coming for the Fritz fucker kid,
They're
And
coming for those bootleg
Fritz is
DVDs.
coming
That's
for
what they're
them.
coming for.
and Fritz is coming.
Oh my God, pterodactyl.
He's just straight up, yeah, I did this. So they're like, cool, we can bring it to court. Trial starts on December 4th, 1924. And very quickly was charged with 27 murders of young men who had disappeared between 1918 and June of 1924.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Also, as y'all know, and I'm sure many people that listen, there was no term for serial killer yet back in 1924. So the public and media would call them different names, such as werewolf, vampire,
Yeah.
and the Wolfman.
Any kind of monster name that they could come up with.
Well, to be fair, he is like tearing these dudes through, like he's like biting and ripping these dudes' throats
but
out.
no, I've been waiting to hear, but I hear no mention of cannibalism whatsoever.
I don't think
So
he ever.
it was
ate
purely
them.
a tool and not
Yeah.
not a.
He
an
was
eating
actually just
mechanism.
attacking them like if he was an animal.
Wow, that is
So interesting.
for some reason more disconcerting than if he had eaten it after. Wow. Okay.
Maybe a little bit. Like what really is the fascination there? Is what I wonder.
I wonder if there is a fascination, or if that's just the most logical way, or if he really is like, it has to be like this.
I think that's his O face. I think it's completely involuntary.
Yeah, no, he's about to come and
Right.
he just rips your throat out.
Man,
He's like, oh shit, again.
man, I really liked that one.
Fuck.
Sorry, Ray.
Cops! It was the guy down the street.
That's right. I hear he's a werewolf.
So during this,
Give that a shot.
even though people are like shocked and like appalled at what this guy is doing, they're actually more pissed off at the cops because they let him be an informant for them twice, even though he's obviously a pretty bad fucking dude.
The funny thing about that is so much more like common sense having than I expected from fucking 1924 Germany. Like,
Agreed.
but like,
yeah, because
I don't think Germany has anything to do with it personally, in my mind, but just the whole 1924 thing.
Yeah,
and
it
again,
just seems like
why
that.
the fuck
were
would
pretty
the
smart
cops
back then.
even tell them that he was an informant for them?
Yeah,
Like, would
because then
would
they'll
they have to? I don't know that
Yeah.
there was any regulation for that.
because that's involvement with the police department that could like cause
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
conflicts of interest and stuff
And
like that.
and it could overturn old cases and things like that too.
Yeah, because he did point police towards a lot of different people for the crimes he committed, and they never once suspected that he could possibly have anything to do with all of these murders that he's just has all these tips and like all this information about. Somehow he just like knows all these different things, and like they never once
Wait,
were
how many
like,
tits?
huh? What was that?
How many tits?
How many kids?
Tips.
Tips. There's no like number
No.
for it,
Oh.
but just over the course.
he
of,
said
I
tits.
said tits.
oh, tits.
Yeah, tits.
At least 7.
Wait,
Ruined it.
at least 7?
At least 7.
What's the at most? Give me the under over. Come on.
I can't imagine more than 20.
Can't imagine more than you personally can't imagine more than 20 tits.
I cannot fathom more than 20 tits in the same area at the same time. It doesn't make sense. Not that many women can get along for that.
And literally only 20 of them can fit in my brain at one time. I just can't picture another one. They
That's
just
a big
all
letter.
smushed together. And then I'm like, they just got to be uncomfortable in there, so I got to stop imagining tits. This is a silly
You took
episode.
too much,
I like
man.
it.
You took too much.
Well, you gotta. I took too much. Oh shit, my fucking sides, dude.
Is it the chair or is it the laughing?
I don't know.
I don't know if it's
fucking-
uncomfort or if it's like just you're enjoying yourself. Man, I'm enjoying myself.
I'm having fun.
Okay, good.
But also, this trial lasted a whopping 2 weeks, which is not very long.
I mean, when he confesses and they have evidence and he confesses and his house looks like a fucking horror movie set, you know.
And honestly, probably the
real.
only reason it took that long was because of his claims of how many he killed.
They wanted to find out if it was true that there were more.
Yeah, because it says here on December 19th of 1924, he was found guilty of 24 of the 27 murders.
Okay.
So, and again, police believe that there's at least 27, but they can only convict him of 24.
Okay.
They have no idea how true his 50 to 70 is, but they say he has to have killed at least 27.
Right.
He was acquitted of 3 murders, which he denied doing, even though the personal possessions of the boys were either in his possession or acquaintances of him at the time of his arrest. So even despite that, he was like, nah, that wasn't me. And they were like, oh, for sure.
And then afterwards, they're like,
Yeah.
man, I am so upset with you. You said it wasn't you that did that stuff,
you
and now we're finding out
lied.
that it was you? Man,
Come
like,
on, you're supposed to be our
Well-
informant.
you went to my kid's birthday
I
party.
mean,
You sang at our wedding.
at some point in the circumstance, when a guy is admitting to all of this, telling you how he did it and all this other kind of shit, but he comes out and says, "No, fuck that. I didn't do those."
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of hard not to believe him.
Yeah,
if he's
'cause you're
willing
like-
to tell you all this.
Well, yeah, because
I mean, it wouldn't matter either way if they put it on him, but at the same time, you know, at some point, you just got to be like, you know what? No, fuck
Well, yeah,
that.
because
I don't want that.
I've been wondering too, like, what's like, because I think it's pretty fucking obvious that he killed them if he has their shit. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
But like,
Indeed.
why would he just deny those three? Like, you know, he's still found guilty on 24 murder charges. Like, having 3 more isn't going to do anything. You know, it'll add some inconsequential numbers to your booking sheet, but
Sorry. I had to.
Did-
We're supposed to be picking up the baby at 10, and it's like almost 10 now. So I just told her to to call the babysitter and say we're going to be like another 45 minutes. So yeah, we're good.
is
We're
the
good.
phone still on? Chris, you
Yeah.
still there?
Chris is there. Chris?
I'm good.
Yes, he's
Okay.
still there.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
okay, okay. I forgot what I was saying.
Oh,
but
you're saying something
Chicken
about
fucker.
chicken
Oh,
fuckers.
yeah, chicken fuckers, love them.
Uh-huh. That's terrible.
So he was later. So he was found guilty on December 19th, 1924. He was then beheaded with a guillotine.
A guillotine.
Guillotine.
Yes, there you go.
Guillotine.
It just sounds better.
On April 25th, 1925.
Agreed.
2 days and like 74 years before I was born. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
That happened 2 days and 74 years
And
before I was
that's-
born?
And that you can't even remember the time period.
Dude, I don't remember. Like, it must...
That's, World War One was it was a tricky time for all of us, really.
Mm-hmm.
We were ghost babies flying around, just waiting for our mommies to be like, "Man, that's a ghost baby I would like," and then we were like, we go inside them, and then we're born, and that's how babies are made, guys.
I've seen Haunted House.
Yeah, have you?
Yeah.
I haven't. No,
Oh, it's a good movie.
is it
I
It's
don't know
made
what
by
you're
the Wayans
talking about.
brothers.
the Wayans brothers? It's called Haunted House.
Mhm.
It's not called what's their stupid shit on Scream?
Scary movie?
The Scary Movie. Is it called Scary Movie?
No. This is, well, because
Yeah.
they stopped writing
Yeah,
they stopped making Scary Movie after the second or the third one.
They
And
certainly
then
stopped writing the movies after the second or third one.
they just write themselves.
Yeah. Mm.
But yeah, no, they did that one, and it's fucking, it's one of the funniest movies in the world.
I'm
It's one
gonna
of-
not believe you, and
it's,
we're gonna move on.
It's a Paranormal Activity parody, basically.
I like Paranormal Activity. Melissa, not so much. She doesn't like the shaky cam movies. She doesn't like first-person shot horror movies.
Oh yeah,
Because-
no.
Which sucks
They
because
make me
that's
sick.
most good horror movies
Because
today.
they scare her, or because it makes
No,
her
it's
uncomfortable?
it's like
First person games
Oh,
make
yeah.
me
motion
sick
sickness
too.
thing.
yeah. Okay, come on. There was like one or two that you liked a lot.
What about Cloverfield?
We watched that the other day.
Oh.
The big,
Nope,
huge
can't do
monster
it.
that hit, that attacked New York. Remember?
What about
Yeah.
Blair
she,
Witch?
She didn't hate it. Blair Witch is garbage.
I think so too, but a lot of people seem to like it, so I
Yeah, because it was the first one, and
Yeah.
it was such a new thing. But there's better stuff. Go watch.
Well,
the,
because I went into it not knowing what it was, well, like knowing what it was, but not knowing what it was, and I was like, this is not anything.
two very good horror movies. Everyone here and everyone that's listening should watch is The Vault. That's all you get to know is The Vault. It's fucking amazing. And then The Witch, which is on Netflix. Watch it. It's very, very, very
You
good.
mean the VVH?
Yes, The VVH.
Another one y'all should watch. We'll make it 3. You know, we'll do a top 3 movies y'all need to watch. The Descent. It's about cave diving.
That fucking movie scares the shit out
So
of me.
fucking good.
I have claustrophobia
So
like a
fucking good.
motherfucker, dude. So getting stuck.
The Descent 2,
bad.
not as good, but still good. But it's basically the same thing,
First
just
one
again.
actually frightens me.
Yeah. The Descent.
Honest
Fucking
to God,
amazing.
frightens me. Chris, do you have a horror movie? Do you have one in your pocket?
No, I'm
Yeah,
not
dude.
really a big fan of the genre.
Okay, well,
are
I
you on
did
this
2, and
podcast?
James did 1. So that's 3. That's the top 3.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to have like
wanna do a top 5?
And Chris's picks, y'all. You know, that's what it'd be. It'd be Chris going and Chris's picks, y'all.
Chris's favorite horror movie is The Idea of Marriage.
Ooh.
I'm trying to think if there is a horror movie that I even like. enough to
Really? It's that bad?
Not even like goofy ones like Child's Play and fucking Friday the 13th.
Oh, Child's
and shit?
Play is so fucking. I hate Child's
It's
Play
terrible,
so much.
but
It's
they're
so
stupid,
bad.
and that's why people
It's not
like
even
them, though.
bad good to me. I hate it. It's just not good.
No, I agree. I'm the same way with most 80s horror flicks, except for the first couple Friday the 13th and
Nightmare.
What's the Nightmare on Elm Street? Yeah. Halloween is fucking
Hellraiser.
goddamn
You
beautiful.
know what?
Halloween is very good.
Hellraiser?
I'm not a big Clive Barker fan.
Huh?
No, except for his like super erotic stuff later on. Melissa showed me that.
Clive Barker, that's that guy from Price is Right.
Yes, Clive Barker is the guy from The Price is Right. Oh man, Pinhead.
All right.
How he used to yell out those prizes.
Ned Larry.
And Larry was there too, I guess. Anyway, so Chris, you were saying yes, oh yes, like you had one that you wanted to say.
really?
Oh. No, I mean, yeah, well, I was just gonna say the very first Nightmare on Elm Street was probably the scariest premise for
Oh, yeah.
for a horror movie that I could think of.
Yeah, you can't
But
go to
other
sleep or
than
you'll
that,
die.
I mean-
But I have to go to sleep. Nope, fuck that. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
You got the termite right over
Yeah,
your
that's
eyebrow.
fucked. You
There
bet.
you go, you got it.
There's no running,
There's no running, no. There's just
no hiding.
fucking crystal meth after crystal meth.
Oh,
I feel like I mentioned that in an
We
older
have.
episode about
We
the
have,
kid
yeah.
who cut his own eyelids off and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Oh
that's-
yeah. I know. And then he did the mustache with it,
Oh.
like he cut off his eyebrow and then
No.
eyelid.
Eyelid. So
Oh.
he couldn't close his eyes because there was nothing to close anymore.
Oh, I got really excited.
And really, you can't close your eyes unless you're like open for business, and then when they're closed, it's like it's off hours, and that's it.
So did his eyes just like dry out? Which episode is this?
They have to be, as we say on that episode, they have to be registered with the BBB, because otherwise.
The Big Booty Bureau.
FBI warning. Pay attention.
So this guy was hung. Not hung. He was guillotined his head off, which
Oh.
is the opposite of hanging.
Yeah. And I'm not going to get into what his boyfriend got charged with, but he was, like, eventually charged with, like, conspiring because he would tell old Fritzy boy, like, oh, that guy's got some really nice shoes, or that guy's
Oh, wow.
got really nice watch, or that guy fucking looked at me stupid on the street last
So-
week, and so go kill them. And so I
Wow.
can get their shit, or
I would
versus
say
revenge.
more. He's the fucking mastermind. If anything.
Not for many. That they
Okay, not,
it was
not
only
for each one. Okay.
it was only for like 4 or 5 that he did that specifically. It was like, hey, this guy specifically, I want you to kill him.
Okay.
Because I want his shit.
But he
or
still-
I don't like him.
he still
But he
was
did
like,
still
hey.
do shit, so
Yeah.
he was convicted. Just regular jail time.
Okay, he wasn't executed.
Yeah, just regular jail
He was
time.
like quite the manipulator, though.
So, y'all are gonna like this part.
Okay.
So, his story does not end for another 90 fucking years
Okay.
after 1925.
Wow.
So this man is beheaded.
Uh-huh.
His head is then preserved in a formaldehyde jar,
Just like preserves, yes.
and stored at I forget the German but at a German university.
Okay.
Until 2014, when it was finally cremated. 90 years
Wow.
it was preserved in a jar at
Man.
a university.
His ghost head was just still out there touching little boys inappropriately
That's
the whole
just-
time.
Well, because I don't know if I've ever heard
Oh,
of an
yeah.
actual confirmed case of like keeping a famous person's
Well, I mean,
head or body like preserved for.
I don't think. I mean, I've heard of that, but I've not heard of. And then we cremated him. Like,
Yeah.
why we didn't get around to it earlier?
Yeah,
Who knows?
Yeah, they just eventually decided there's no reason why, and the news for it didn't even come out until about 8 months after they officially cremated it. And then 8 months later, all the news sources, outlets, whatever, got the information and just said, "Oh, by the way, this really famous serial killer from like 100 years ago, he finally got cremated."
Wow. I say, have you ever seen
A beheaded head.
a beheaded head? Don't be stealing. Don't be making my voice say stupid shit. I expect so.
Shane.
Oh, a callback, and I forgot about it until we did it. Oh,
I-
see?
I I mimed whipping my dick out when I said T.
Oh, god damn it. What else do we have? Do we have anything else with this guy? Or
That's it. I thought that was a pretty good closing. You don't seem too
no, I
amazed
loved
by
it.
that.
I loved it. They chopped his head off, and then they kept it around for laughs.
90 fucking
For
years.
90 years.
Well, 89
And then they
years,
were like,
but
hey,
round up.
wow,
fucking
that's
years.
Anybody got a lighter? I really need to light this cigar. And they're like, nah, but formaldehyde's like super flammable. I bet if we could just get like a little spark. But, well, okay, well, we don't have any. Oh, wait. That dude Fritz's head is soaking
Fritzy.
in it. Cigar City, here I come.
Oh, here comes the mosquito truck again.
Uh-oh. Little do we know, that truck just shoots mosquitoes out of it.
That's for y'all that don't have mosquito trucks. That's actually what they are. They go and disperse mosquitoes.
Like a fucking supervillain. Just
we don't
laughing,
know. We
pissing
don't know.
himself the whole
We don't
time.
know where they come from. We don't know where they go. We don't know where they came from. Cotton Eye Joe.
How are you quoting Cotton Eye Joe, but you don't know Snow's Informer?
Oh shit, my
It's a
back.
special character.
Chris,
James.
have I used Snow's Informer as as the song for an episode yet?
No, not at all.
That's fine. Oh,
That needs to happen at some point.
I
though.
mean, I think that's this point. I think this is it. This is where life has
Well,
led us, Christopher.
I think you also just ruined it because you have mentioned on the show that if we ever mention a show title or a song,
Nope.
that you're specifically not going to do it.
Not true.
No.
I said title. Song, still up to me, always has been. Man, that
You
feels
should
good.
name this
You are.
episode
Deep
Kid
inside.
Fucker Fritz.
I can't name it Kid Fucking Fritz Fucker.
Kid Fucker Fritz, the Kid Fucker. Who
No.
fucked kids.
No, Kid Fucking Fritz who fucks the kids.
No, Kid fucking Fritz who fucks kids.
Fritz.
Not who fucks the kids. That
I
sounds weird.
still I can't do it
Who's
because you
the
said
kids?
it. You
Is
said
that-
it, and that is
is
the rule.
that,
That is actually
like
the
the
rule.
new kids on the block.
Is that no? You can't. You can't.
Fritz fucked the new kids on the block.
Man, I wonder what happened to them.
Fritz ripped their throats out.
Oh.
James is getting excited over there.
Oh.
I think
I also
Ouch,
don't
my
not
know.
give him coffee before the show anymore.
I don't know. No, he's a man now. He's enjoying a Bud Light,
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. The manliest of beers.
a
Bud
cold
Light.
Bud Light in a can bottle that he
Aluminum.
cut himself
By the way,
opening.
I'm sorry for
Yeah, this fucking bottle cut
I'm
me,
sorry
dude.
for talking through it. Your NKO TV was very well done. I apologize.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh wait. So we tried to mention this last time we
Oh, yeah.
recorded, like the other 2 times we tried. But
yeah.
I'm 21 now, y'all.
Yeah, no,
My birthday was last week.
I certainly made mention of it earlier in this episode.
Wait, in this? No, that was the last time we tried. That was yesterday when
No,
we tried
that
to
was
record.
earlier today.
Was it?
Yeah.
Chris, rebuttal.
Chris, don't you give him a rebuttal.
Chris,
No.
affirmation.
There you go.
Every day just blends in for me. I
Exactly.
mean, I only know
See?
what day it is thanks to
It
my phone.
has literally been less than an hour and 15 minutes since I talked about it.
Yeah, and it's been an hour and 15 minutes since I first smoked for the day.
Man. So,
I don't know what you're
hey. We
What?
got a couple of winners of our bracelets. That
Oh, yes, winners.
Do
Yeah, I told you about you fucking stoner pieces of shit.
No, I
Do
remember.
you ever listen to me?
Chris,
A
you
couple?
stoner piece of shit.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Well, you mentioned Toby.
Yep.
What's up, Toby?
Toby got
Toby.
it. And then Joe got one.
Joe.
Right. And then I've had a couple of
Yeah.
wrong answers.
What? How do you give
Way
a
to
wrong
go,
answer when
Joe.
Google exists?
How did I get a wrong answer when Chris literally answers it in the episode, not 6 seconds later?
I did. I totally did.
You got me. Like
It
I
was
said,
good.
If you gave the wrong
but,
answer,
I
you
mean,
should be ashamed.
we're either a smart show for idiots or a dumb show for smart people. It goes both ways.
So, what were the answers that were what were the answers that were wrong? though?
Should we
What
call
were
them out
they?
like that?
Well, one guy said Michael
No,
Jackson.
I don't
I'm like,
even
I don't
know.
even think that's funny.
Oh,
Uh,
well.
but he's
I
getting a
mean-
bracelet anyway.
Just because we need to get rid of these fucking bracelets.
Man, I got bracelets on bracelets, guys. You don't even have to answer questions correctly. We want you to, because we want you to want to learn. We want you to have that passion inside you where you're like, I need to know more about this. And if we give you the avenue and the doorway to walk through to actually go out and look something up that you had no idea even existed before, just because you want to know a couple more fucking details about it, then I love you and I love that. But
Or if I get you to watch The Descent.
yeah, The Descent's really good. But the other two that I said, mostly The Vault. Watch The Vault. Holy shit, watch The Vault. So, but, you know, I got a big old sack of bracelets in my room. That's, I trip over it all the time.
You still gotta send me mine.
I do.
Filthy bastard.
You know what? Actually, tomorrow is mail day for us. We have to send out some mail to people. So, send me your address again, so I can have your address again, and then I'm gonna fill it. I'm gonna fill it full of glitter and piss. It's gonna be great.
That's right.
All
right.
right.
But you know, contact us. Ask for stuff. We'll give it to you. That's what this is all about.
Let us know you want a bracelet. We want y'all to have some bracelets. We want y'all to have some shit.
Yeah, we want you guys to be cool.
And one day in like 10 years, when you know, we get a couple hundred more subscriber, follower, whatever platform you use calls you, you know, we'll be able to be like, hey, these guys were the OGs.
And they'll be like, hey, you see this sweet ass bracelet on my wrist?
Can't get this motherfucker.
That's
this is
right.
for the original.
That's right. This is the first run printing of these bracelets.
Yeah, I bet you want to suck my dick
Yeah,
right
we
now,
might
don't
do
you?
blue next time.
Oh man, blue would be better.
Ooh.
I mean, I really love the glow in the dark a lot, but
it's so strong.
It's such a bright neon highlighter, greenish yellow, like when it's not, and I still love it because it. But you know,
I think if you got like a nice like
Awesome.
top light blue as the blue for the bracelet,
that would be
because cop lights have like a very specific
Yeah.
shade of blue. I think that's like okay. Theory real quick.
Okay.
I think police departments, at least around here, I don't know what it is like everywhere, you know, internationally, but I feel like they use a very specific shade of blue and red that catch your attention more than other shades, because I will see the tiniest flicker of a cop light at the very farthest corner of my eye from like 2 miles down the road. And,
Oh, yeah.
like nothing catches my attention like a blue cop light.
or a winning complexion.
Just like all of our beautiful listeners have.
You know what, guys? Our listeners are actually pretty hot. I'm gonna go ahead and say that.
Are they? How do you know?
Yeah, I mean, I have my ways, but I'll show you.
If you want to send us nudes, you can email them to us at snhnsnpod@gmail.com.
I don't know.
No dicks.
But see, now you're being discriminatory.
I was gonna say something else. Oh. No, I'm not gonna say it.
Slow head shake. No. Hey, Chris. You still alive?
Sorry, I choked on my vape stick. I apologize.
God, that sounds like
That was no bueno.
That sounds like the not only the movie.
Okay, boomer.
Your gay movie title, but also that needs to go in your tombstone.
I was smoking my vape stick.
I know. I choked. Sorry, I choked on my vape stick.
Can we please make that a shirt for the show? Sorry, I choked on my vape stick.
But then people won't know what that's from unless
So?
under it you say,
No, but that's
"Odele
the
Holmes."
best type of merch. I hate when different like things have merchandise for them, and it's all just their logo
just branding and
done
shit. Yeah,
different
no,
ways.
uh-uh.
No, I hate that.
I agree.
I hate that. Like, if somebody wants to know where your shirt's from, let them know. Yeah, I bought this to support the
Yeah, but
podcast.
there's
See no,
still
hear
just
no,
a cool
speak
shirt.
no.
Yeah.
But I don't want to have giant words. See no, hear no, speak no across everyone's chest. You know?
No, not unless it's got like a cool version of our.
You could do like a
logo
little
on it.
emblem
like,
on the back.
Yeah.
Like on the back of the collar, like a
Yeah,
neck
SNH
tattoo.
and SN little thing. Just,
Just something
it's a
small.
little- yeah, something tasteful. You know, like on like, you know, like you have those nice polo shirts that have like the little alligators stitched all over them. Except this will be, it'll say Dick's in the mix.
Or sorry, I choked on my vape stick.
Yeah.
It'll be Dick's. I'm in. Sorry.
Sorry, I choked on my dick's mix.
Man. Tasty.
Dick mix.
Since dicks are now in the mix, along with the pendulous Bible facts and other things that we've said countless times on this show,
It is time
to say
Goodbye.
thanks
So-
for listening to another man, like Germans and stuff, right? And people in Fritz's and Germans. Episode
and
of
preserved heads for 90 years.
episode of
Oh.
See no, hear no, speak no.
The UFOs, the conspiracies, and fucking what? The Wolfman murders? Like what?
Rawr. Do you think you went?
I'm
Do you think
still
you went?
confused
Rawr?
about this throat ripping business?
No. He went like.
Who is he, Dalton?
Rawr, y'all.
Rawr, y'all.
Oh,
And I'm James, and you can email us at shndsnpod@gmail.com if you want to tell us how stupid this episode was and how James is funny. And
Oh, that's
we
not true. This
talked
was-
too much about kid fucking, which we probably did. You know,
maybe.
that's you may have
well, we
some.
didn't really talk about it.
we just said
we
kid
just
fucking
mentioned
too
it
many times.
quite a bit. And you know what?
It
though?
wasn't even the mention. I don't think that we did wrong. I just think it's the way we went about mentioning.
Yeah,
it.
maybe I was a little crass when I introduced it to the show. And I apologize about that.
Which snowballed very violently.
Man. Infarmer.
We just being we, y'all. I mean, that's all we can be, right?
That is all we can be, Chris, is we.
Real recognize real, right?
That's
We
right.
just being we.
I and I will survive. And count down. 3,
2,
2,
Dos.
1.
Uno.
Good
Uno.
night. Children of the brunch time.
Buenos nachos, all. We heard you. And thanks for actually fucking winning some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you think Michael Jackson did it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
See, the secret is that guy's getting 5 bracelets.
Hell no.
Anyone who emails the words Michael Jackson to us will get 5 bracelets.
See no, hear no, speak no. That's right.
He did it.
SNHNSNPOD.
At gmail.com.
He did it. You got it.
I did it. I got it. That's it.
Go get it. Okay, stop.
That's a wrap.
Yeah.
Stop.
That's
I
right.
did the fucking countdown minutes
I
ago.
get it. Fucking